greatest show on television. Take that, outnumbered. Well, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Let's welcome tonight's guests. Her pronouns are Smokey and the Bandit. Co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business, Dagan McDowell. He's not a guest. We just found him sleeping in the studio. WesternRazor.com owner David Angelo. She's so dope, Hunter actually tried to smoke her. Host of Kennedy on Fox Business, Kennedy. And finally, she's cool, cruel, and makes old men drool. Fox News contributor, Kat Toots. Before we get to some news stories, it's Friday, so let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
I would never have watermelon in the fridge. What a waste of space. I'd have Gwyneth Paltrow's head. All right, it's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week. And as always, it's my first time reading these, so if you don't laugh, I will fire somebody. Good. Okay, here we go. On Thursday, Elon Musk's $3 billion SpaceX rocket exploded during its first ever test flight. When asked what may have gone wrong, Musk replied, "We probably made a mistake christening it with Bud Light." That's a lot of work. I got a nod from David Angelo. The New York Department of Education says complaints about inappropriate behavior from teachers has increased by 2/3, including sexual contact with students. In other news, male attendance is up 95%. A new study shows promise for treating diseases with fecal transplants. But further research is required. As a government spokesman said, "We'll never convince Americans to put untested into their bodies." That's good. I do not think you need to bleep that word. Right? I think this is where we break the seal. Right. Don't bleep that word. And then blame me. When questioned about biological males competing in girls' sports, the Biden administration said they didn't want to implement a one-size-fits-all policy for student athletes, especially when it comes to jock straps. God, bad memories of that, huh? Yeah. Last week. Prosecutors have dropped charges against Alec Baldwin in the death of a cinematographer on his movie Rust. The actor's already back on set and said he's eager to resume shooting. The series finale of Star Trek Picard. Imagine caring. It aired this week, and it gave fans everything they ever wanted, except sex with a real woman. A team of U.S. scientists in New Mexico are experimenting with dead birds by turning them into flying drones. So don't look up or you might get a battery in the eye. Anheuser-Busch took another hit this week when it was revealed their Clydesdales are only hung like regular horses. Yeah, huh? Yeah. Twitter has revoked its policy against dead naming or referring to trans people by their previous names, which is great news for everybody who insists on calling me Susan. That'd be great. In a new interview, former CNN host Brian Stelter said he has no idea why the network fired him. Or why his pants keep shrinking. New York schools will now be banned from using Native American mascots or risk losing state funding. But several schools say the offensive part is that they were given something and are now being asked to give it back. And finally, a new study reveals that there are numerous mysterious health benefits to eating ice cream, negating a previous study that found that eating ice cream makes you stupid. All right. Let's do some news. Another bright idea from the Biden rubes. Crash test dummies with life-size boobs. Yeah, never mind that travel disasters are numerous. Crash test dummies have no uterus. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is asking Congress for $20 million to develop female crash test dummies. But hey, the way women drive, maybe all crash test dummies should be female.
A sexist would say.
Yeah. It's offensive. So $20 million. What the hell will that be spent on? I mean, this is a normal crash test dummy. See that? Here's the modified dummy. And that costs $20 million, a dress. They say at 5 feet tall and 110 pounds, the dummies match the size of an average American woman. Yeah, maybe in the 50s. But that is way different than a man. I mean, who would have thought? Oh, yeah, normal people. And the plan is already getting support from those in Mayor Pete's party.
You also plan to make important investments to address the roadway safety crisis, including the critical funding that would accelerate the development of the use of female dummies in crash testing. This will start to fight the gender inequity among vehicle safety and crash victims.
Gender inequity among vehicle safety and crash victims. It's everywhere, everywhere. But why not just speak English? Because there is a difference. According to this chart from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, males make up a majority of fatalities across every age group. So which way does this gender inequity actually flow? So Mayor Pete and the Dems are actually proving the point that we've been making, and they don't even know it, that men and women are inherently different. No matter how much duct tape you slap on your genitals before the swim meet, there's still significant differences in body mass and muscle weight. Otherwise, why would there need to be female crash test dummies? How stupid are they for not seeing this? But here's hoping that they'll also be adding a trans dummy. I believe we have the prototype. Comes in at 6 feet 2 inches and 220 pounds. But at least it will know how to change a tire. And comes with 2 surgically implanted airbags. David. Do you own a car?
I own 2 cars.
Oh, really? What are they?
1995 Nissan 300ZX with the T-tops.
And then what's your other car? What's your sports car?
Whoa. 2017 Volkswagen Golf. Sportswagen.
Uh-huh.
The extra room in the back.
Oh, for what?
Anything. It's practical.
Yeah.
Why would you buy the normal one? Volkswagen, let me do a commercial for you guys.
And what would you say?
I would say, Volkswagen, you know, get one of these things. We don't need to overcomplicate commercials. You know?
Do you think this is a...
Speaking of.
I know. We sell razors. We get it. You know,
The world's greatest spokesman.
Female crash test dummies, wise investment of taxpayer dollars?
I'm so against this because there are people who want these jobs. You know? I mean, we have so many people. Why are we giving them to... Enough with the AI, the robots. Humans only, as far as I'm concerned.
It's true, the dummies. The dummies are taking the jobs of the humans. You hit the nail on the head.
Exactly. Always a poignant comment out of me.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why you're selling razors. Dagan, have you ever thought about this before? I mean, it kind of actually makes sense in a way, the body differences, but it's not gender inequity the way they define it.
It's not, but I do love the fact that these left-wing nuts and these liberal politicians have tried their level best to erase real women.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're chest feeders. and birthing people. But now when they try to revive us, they do it as inanimate mannequins that have no genitals and no reproductive organs. So good stuff.
No, it's actually interesting. It's like they're erasing real women but preserving imitation women.
Right. I do think, too, David's right, that real women could do this rather than the mannequins, because we suffer from chronic pain starting at the age of 13.
I mean, this is obviously an absurd hypothesis, but when you look at medical studies, people volunteer for medical studies in which they take a drug that, you know, that there's a placebo group and a non-placebo group, and people grow a third eye, things like that. Why not that? Why not this? I don't want an answer. I don't want to get in trouble. Kennedy, isn't this an amazing story, though?
Yes.
That this story can exist independently while they vote down Title IX?
No, it's really the best thing that I've ever seen. Number one, if Title IX goes away, I'm fine with it, because UCLA will once again have a men's gymnastics team and a men's swim team. We don't have that now because of Title IX. There are a lot of programs in the country that are non-existent because of that. And now that gender is merely a suggestion, I'm good with that. But you're seeing this all wrong. This is not about the Democrats standing up for women. This is about Pete Buttigieg hating women so much, he wants to put them in cars and annihilate them. This is misogyny. The patriarchy is real, and he is their president. Shame on you, Mayor Pete.
Yeah. You know, Kat, I can't help but wonder, where are the dummies that reflect race, right? Where are the black dummies? And don't say Joy Reid. I mean, the actual mannequin, like, with a different skin color, just so we know everybody's included, Kat. No? You haven't thought about it, have you?
I also feel like the male crash test dummies do represent my body quite well. The government, I mean, the amount of things they can figure out, new ways to spend money, is amazing. I want to know how this happened. What was going on in this meeting? They're sitting around, they're like, you know what? Dummies, crash test dummies. None of them, they don't have You're right. Okay, let's spend $20 million on it. I really want to know, where exactly does these $20 million go?
Exactly.
Just give me 2 balloons and a duct tape and I can handle it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. This has to be something else, really. I mean, I don't understand how that costs $20 million.
Yeah, what are they covering up? It is great, though. It's the greatest story.
Look at the crash test dummy behind you. It's got boobies.
Yeah.
It's got boobies enough. It's got hips.
I see 3 boobies.
You know, it's like, I've been to college campuses. Men are the new women. It's fine.
Yeah.
I smell filth. This is just a bunch of guys sitting around a room talking about jugs.
Yeah, you know what it is?
LMNOP.
And they're going to want to, you know what, we're going to want to see these dummies first and see what they actually give them.
Yeah.
Could be really weird, you know. Little inputs, little outputs. I don't trust the government.
Wow.
All right.
Now I like the sound of it, Greg.
No, well, you're a pervert.
That's right.
That's why you're on FBN. That's what they said. They keep the perverts on FBN. You,
Me,
Kudlow.
Stewart.
Dagan. Yeah.
Dagan. Oh, Dagan.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.